In November 1961, the Finno-Ugria battle fleet has managed to catch the rest of the British carriers, as well as a couple of British battleships. So that should be, hopefully, the majority of the British home fleet dealt with. We'll be doing an invasion of Ireland since we're at it, but then we are pretty much done on this front. In the meantime, the First Army is pushing closer and closer towards Stalingrad. We will probably we'll see how far the Russian Federation is. 80% towards capitulation. I think we'll just cut south from Stalingrad, destroy the rest of the forces here, and then end the war on that side as well. And we are still operating in the US. Improving the standing of the Silver Legion of America. Currently, they have 27% support, and the submarines are busy sinking enemy shipping all over the Atlantic, which is at this point pretty much completely under our control. And Stalingrad is about to fall. The last stand of the Russian defenders, their capital, after their government had to flee from Moscow, and a symbol for their resistance. The tank forces in the north have been cut off, and Imperial tanks are rolling into Stalingrad, and that is going to be... Yes, Stalingrad has fallen. How far are the Russians? Fall of Stalingrad. We've seized it, and 88%. Okay, we're getting there. So from here on out, once we have... do we have a railway? Yes, we have a railway connection. So once we have the Stalingrad railway connected and supply, then we'll sweep south and deal with the rest of the enemy troops here, and we can also sweep further east and take further Russian territories. Where have they moved their capital to now? Don't even know. Where has it gone? Oh, it's in Sevastopol now. Yeah, the Germans can deal with that. We'll push south towards Sevastopol, chasing after the Russian government. In preparation for the landings in Ireland, our naval force has managed to catch the Japanese fleet under Hasegawa, which was operating around Ireland, and is going to chase them down. They've already lost the Aoba as one of their first capital ships, but I think they only have one battle cruiser, the Kirishima. The carriers have escaped, but we should be able to catch most of their escort ships. So if we can spot the rest of them, and there they are, we're catching the battle cruiser and the carriers on the retreat, and without their escorts they stand absolutely no chance. So that is the Japanese fleet dealt with, and there is still an American battle group in the area as well that we need to sink. So still more. Yep, there's another American fleet. So the Allies are definitely trying to regain control, over the western approaches, and potentially stage a reconquest of the British Isles from Ireland. But that's not going to help them, because we have literally just sunk most of the American fleet in the area, which means that with these losses we can now launch the naval invasion of Ireland. I think we should be ready. Yes, we are ready. So launch the invasion, and once the tanks are there, we'll send the rest of the fleet around. We do have the battle fleet on strike force here to deal with any kind of interception problems if necessary. I have no idea where you're just going. Okay, that seems weird, but we'll take it. So ships on the way. And we are going to send the rest of the First Army across once they've taken the port of Belfast. And we are getting attacked by an American force. I should have the... Oh, I haven't set them on invasion support, have I? No, they are on the way, but I hope we're not taking too many losses here. There are a couple of submarines intercepting us. But the fleet is inbound, so that should hopefully help out. And I think we've already taken Belfast. So once that's done, we are getting the rest of the troops across. And our forces should be... We've lost 3 transports, unfortunately. Yes, I need the task force actually in the area rather than back in port. But I think we're still making it across. Yes, I think we are landing in Belfast regardless. So submarines are being dealt with. Airplanes from the carrier have arrived, and despite several small losses, we should be landing in Belfast at any moment, and almost there. 3 divisions landing. They have taken a couple of losses from the crossing, but yes, I do need to set them on naval invasion support. There we go. Rather than on... we have landed in Belfast, so let's get the rest of the troops across. And I am literally going to send the fleet over into the port here. Well, not these guys, the fleet. Okay, you need to... Okay, there's the fleet. Fleet, move to the naval base, please. And we are going to... Actually, we're going to get you on patrol. We're going to get you moving to the naval base. Oh, okay, fleet's actually in the area. That's perfect. And we are moving reinforcements across after a certain... after a slight confusion. Okay, can we get all you loaded up on the transports again, please? And we have the fleet on patrol, so we shouldn't have any further problems with British reinforcements. Okay, divisions have landed safely, which means we can bring them back onto strike force. There we go. And we have, I think, a fresh cruiser. Yep, fresh cruiser goes into, and we have 1 fresh destroyer as well. So that'll be once these divisions have regained their organization from unloading. Some submarines snuck through there. But we're still strong enough to take them on without too much trouble. Belfast has fallen, Northern Ireland is falling, and the rest of Ireland is going to fall as well. British occupiers will be removed with extreme prejudice, and we are going to clear out the rest of the naval forces in the region whenever they show their face. The British capital is about to fall. We have caught and destroyed most of the... the Irish capital is about to fall. We have caught and destroyed most of the defending troops in the north. And we'll just send out the rest of the troops to capture the territory and ensure that there are no further surprises, but the Spanish are sending their assistance now as well, and we are sinking these. Yes, we have taken out the American submarines that were causing us trouble here. We're chasing them down, and that's what the strike force is for. The destroyers are perfectly capable of taking out those submarines. And I still have another. Yeah, I've still got 1 operative that's captured, so we need to get back to that operation as well. North is taken care of, so everybody move to support the assault on Dublin. Troops already coming in from the north. And how does it look in the south here? Still some Irish defenders near Cork. but that should relatively soon be the end of the Irish Republic. There we go. We'll assault the last remaining tank division near Wexford, and that's it. Ireland has capitulated. Great news indeed. So that means the first armies and the American submarines have been sunk as well. That means the first army's job on the British Isles is done. I'm not sure I actually want to occupy England and Ireland, but yeah, we'll leave the troops. We'll leave the troops for now. We'll leave the troops here for now. I'll just give them a defensive line and leave them here for now. I don't think there is any. I might send maybe half the divisions. Like send 5 divisions over and have them stationed in. Actually, the Germans are already garrisoning England, so that's fine. I'll maintain England. So that means, while we are chasing down the last remaining destroyers, submarines, and everything else, that means the last target, besides the Russian Federation, where we have taken Stalingrad, and they are getting very close towards capitulation, 87%. The next target is going to be the United States of America. The resistance in the southern Russian Federation has completely collapsed. We have taken Krasnodar, we're about to take Novorossiysk, and then we will push towards Sevastopol and take down the last bastion of the Russian government. There have some American forces holding the northern coast here, but siege of Sevastopol is about to commence. So let's push towards the Kerch Bridge quickly before they realize what we're doing here. And I'm going to get some tanks in as well to just push them ahead of us. Anything else of value that we can take? We can just occupy some more Russian territory in the south here. And I do need to keep an eye if there are any naval invasions in Great Britain. There are American tanks defending the Kerch Bridge to make sure that we are not taking Russian territory here. But let's see if we can overrun them. Even the mechanized infantry should be able to take on some exhausted and we're overrunning. I think we've just overrun one of the divisions here. Let's make sure we clear that up. And I think we're making it across before the Americans can. And then from there, yes, we have overrun the American tanks. The crews had to abandon their vehicles. And from here on out, we are just pushing towards Sevastopol. And it gets everybody please towards Sevastopol. Some Russian defenders here, but no chance against the armored vehicles. They have to pull defenses from the northern front, at which point the Germans are going to be coming in. So tanks rolling towards Sevastopol. That's the last defense in Sevastopol itself. So we can already divert the rest of the tanks north and cut off their retreat. And then we will destroy what's left of the Russian defenders. Fall of Sevastopol, and the Russian Federation has capitulated. Great news indeed. So I'm now in control of Russia, which means that all these troops in the north here are having a problem because they are now all of them encircled, which means I can maybe the Germans can do something about cleaning them up. I do have a couple of infantry armies here that I can send in. The first is probably too far away, but we'll send in some infantry divisions and whatever else we have in the region to try and just clear up as we go. And see if we can capitalize on the situation. That said, there are still some defenders in certain areas, so we are going to have to. Where do we have still enemy defenders? Here are some. We're going to have to go around and clear out enemy position where we find them, We'll just rush through the territory and take down these American forces wherever we can find them. I will hand over control of most of the Russian Federation to Germany, because I do not want to be in control of all of that. Because that is going to mean, yes, that means a lot of garrisoning that needs to happen. I got some tank divisions here, they can help. And then just rush north. And everybody else, just wherever you can find Germany, you feel free to go and wipe out enemy positions here, wherever you can find them, and make use of the situation. But I think these troops are going to be so starved at this point that they're not going to go anywhere in anytime soon. So now it's just a matter of clearing out. Yeah, the Germans are joining and are clearing out the last American positions here. And that means, I think, let's have a look over at the United States of America. What the, I think 27, yeah, we're slowly increasing the popularity. But I think when we reach maybe about 30%, then I will start a civil war in the United States. Because obviously these losses are so catastrophic. Let's just chase them down in the north here. Yeah, the losses are going to be so catastrophic that I don't think the American government has any standing whatsoever remaining. A couple more trucks to chase down American divisions in the mountains here. And everybody else is on the attack. Yeah, the Germans are joining in. The Russian government has retreated to Grozny, which is nominally under our control, but practically we still have to get troops there. And with supply sorted, we are now actually invading the Komi socialist state. We're currently declaring war on the Ostyak-Vogul National Republic, to make sure that we are getting our core territories back. And I think the Americans are still launching naval invasions in Ukraine at this point. Germany is in control of most of the territory. I think I can still give them the Siberian parts here. And there's a little bit of Russian Federation left. But we've been embargoed by Korea. Oh no! Whatever will I do? No phones for us. It's 1962. Mobile phones are not yet a thing. Anyway, so troops on the move. And we are going to declare war on the... we're calling the Allies as well. And we are going to launch the... invasion with the Second Army. So troops on the move, please. I don't think there are still some stranded American divisions here. I might actually have to send somebody from the First Army who's not having anything better to do at this point in to deal with that, really. And Francesco has gotten himself captured again. Francesco's the new Mary at this point. Okay, I'll send some motorized troops in to clear that out. And there are some remaining American divisions in the Komi socialist state, but I think they will be gone pretty much as soon as well. So we might as well start justifying to retake our core state from the Yamalian Republic. And Nenetsia is going to be next on the block. So yes, oh no, that's taking too long. We'll take that as well and clear it out. We've caught another American fleet in the North Sea. The Essex, Yorktown and Hornet have gone down, together with the USS Massachusetts and a couple of other. Communist China has capitulated. Okay, I wasn't even aware that that was still a thing. And Germany is fighting, I believe, Germany and the rest are fighting somewhere in this region. I'm honestly really going to be leaving that to the Germans to clear this all out. There are some Russian forces that have been stranded in the south there. That is not my problem. We are moving through the Socialist Republic here. And we can actually... we're still running the justification against the Yamalian Republic. My operative got himself captured. I am going to get a new one. Who can we get? We can't get... let's get him. It's fine. And he can also start building up an intelligence network in the United States, because we are going for the throat. We have begun preparations for a coup in New York and in New England with the support of troops from the underground. I don't know how widespread that is going to become. We will see. The fascist support in the United States is rising, but is at the end of the day only at 28%. So the vast majority of the Americans still, despite let's quickly check. We haven't checked in a while. Despite 33 million losses, still believes in the power of democracy. There's still an American fleet operating somewhere near the Norwegian coast and Iceland. So currently the fleet is repairing, but after that we will get back to chasing after them. And the submarines are actually not finding an awful lot of things to catch anymore, because, well, most of the shipping towards Europe has completely ceased, because at this point we are in control of pretty much all of it, including most of Central Asia. Germany is fighting on a couple of fronts, but we are just clearing out the last remaining positions in the north here. And we have retaken our core territories and are in control of... Yeah, this is the empire of Finno-Ugria. We have 130,000 troops in garrisons from the territory that we're occupying, which is mostly this area here, plus obviously England. But if England gets in the way, then we'll hand it over to the Germans. For now, I am very curious to see what's going to happen. Now, we do need to eliminate the American fleet as much as possible in the Atlantic, and potentially try to stage an invasion through Canada if that becomes necessary. But for that, we need to we'd probably need to take Iceland and Greenland in order to just have the reach to get across. And for now, we are once the fleet is done repairing, which it is. No, it's still repairing. Once the fleet's complete repairing, we'll go. I think one more ship. We'll go back on the hunt, and I think we are almost done in the north here. I've repurposed some of the infantry divisions that didn't have anything else to do, and yeah, now we're just waiting for the fleet to complete repairing. And then we will try to chase down the last remaining American ship, the last remaining Allied ships that we can possibly get our hands on. And I'll include all the regions just in case we see anything anywhere. But we'll see what we can make happen. I think we finally caught the last American carrier force. So they were hiding out in Iceland, and they were trying to return to the United States, but they have been spotted by our scout wings, and the battle fleet has taken care of the screens, plus 3 battleships, Mississippi, South Dakota, New Mexico, and we've shot down most of their incoming air wings, which means that the rest, including the 4 carriers, which are now completely devoid of any screening ships, are going to be blasted out of the area. And that is it. Now, the big question is, do we get to 50% naval supremacy? And the answer is not yet. There's another fleet hiding somewhere here. Let's see how much that was just a smaller French one. Let's see how much the Americans actually are still having in terms of naval power. They still they have nothing. We have pretty much destroyed the remaining American fleet. So I don't know what fleet is still active in the area. The problem is we just don't have enough to get through, and they're not coming out to fight. So we will keep chasing them, and we'll see what happens with the what happens with the coup that we're orchestrating. In November 1962, the German Reich is invading Iceland. We have assisted in clearing out enemy positions, and I am going to bring the fleet, once the Germans have made some progress here, over into Reykjavik. Actually, let's move them. Let's actually just move them out if we can. The game is seriously lagging at this point. I'm going to put them onto strike force for now. But Germany is making progress. I might be able to assist with some air cover here in the north. I do have a couple of close air support wings, so maybe give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Move them over, and then close air support over Iceland. That should assist Germany with their endeavors, and otherwise I'm going to have to run my own naval invasion. Because they don't hold a port, so because they failed to take Reykjavik, so we'll see. We'll try to take Reykjavik ourselves, and we'll see if we can make that work. If Germany can't really take Iceland, the operation in the United States is still ongoing, and the general mood in the United States is still improving slightly, but. Given that they have stopped taking massive combat casualties, but I don't give them too much time. Germany isn't getting anywhere, so I'm bringing my own marine divisions over, and we'll be taking Reykjavik, and then clearing out the rest of Iceland, and from there on we'll probably hop towards Greenland and then Canada, unless we can make a straight break for Canada. The coup preparations are still underway, but I don't know how much of a difference that is going to make. We are now in control of most of the Atlantic when it comes to our naval forces. And there we go. Invasion of Reykjavik ongoing. And the Marines are about to land. We do have an air force in the area because the Germans actually took the airfield. So now that we have landed and Iceland has capitulated, great news. Now the big question is, can we do an actual naval invasion from Iceland directly into northern Canada? In fact, we can actually, and we have the fleet on naval invasion support. So we'll just plan that, and then we will start sending the Marines over into Canada. There is still enemy shipping in the area, so we do have to be somewhat careful. But I'm gonna reorganize the scout lines now, because we are controlling all of the Eastern Atlantic area. So there's no reason for us to cover this, but instead we are going to make sure that we are from our new naval base, the German naval base in Iceland, that we are covering. Maybe the western approach is still covering all the area, and we put the fleet on strike force again until we could at some point start splitting the fleet up. It's not quite big enough for that yet, but we'll have an attempt. It looks like Italy is already with our assistance starting to invade Canada, or at least Greenland. We'll see. But fleets on the way to intercept. The American destroyer, an American destroyer group here, and that's already that was a Canadian destroyer group that's already gone. We'll just have to wait for the invasion planning to be complete, and then we will attempt an invasion in Canada. That was 12 American destroyers, and that was a couple of Mexican ships that were operating off the coast. So yeah, the fleet operating out of Iceland is able to cover the Northern Atlantic, and we are getting the Marines ready to start the invasion in. We just need to get the naval supremacy. We don't have it in the Labrador Sea, and that would be because we don't have the range from Iceland. That's sort of part of the problem here. That's why we're not getting there. So we might have to take Greenland first after all. 25th of April 1963. The Free American Empire has declared war on the United States. That means we should be able to, since we are in complete control of the North Atlantic, send troops. Germany, by the way, is already on the way, so we will be sending the First Army divisions from northern England, and we will be bringing them across to the front lines in the Free American Empire. So the question is, can we... Yeah, we're gonna have to walk them to the port actually first. So let's get these divisions into a port, and then from there I will move them on to... do we control a port? New York. Let's see if we can move them to New York. It'll probably be safer to move them to Iceland first, honestly. So I might actually get them to Iceland first. We do have a naval invasion ready in Canada. And the American Civil War has kicked off officially. Now the big question is, can the Free American Empire do this by themselves? I can invite them to the faction. That's for sure. Which means I should now be able to... Oh yeah, they have a fair amount of troops. I should now be able to see what they're up to. And we should be able to send troops over, but the very first thing we're going to be doing is be starting a Lend-Lease. And yes, our fleet is destroying any kind of opposition along the American coastline, including the remnants of the American fleet. While we are going to get that naval invasion going as soon as we have... Yeah, we've got the fleet on invasion support, and that means there comes the rest of the army. We're sending them for now to Iceland, just to be on the safe side. But because we don't have a northern port here, but I think New York is actually, or Providence is probably a safe port. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to get the Marines first into Canada, and I feel that's the safer option for us. But the first thing we're going to do is give the American Empire something to work with. Let's see, what are they short of? Probably everything. Trucks, tanks, self-propelled artillery. Yes, I can in fact help with those things. So let's see what we can send. We can send... Let's begin by sending them a few... By sending them... these are Americans. They have fuel. They don't need fuel. What they do need, however, is probably support equipment, trucks, and they can probably use some infantry equipment and some artillery and some trains and some... I'm not going to send all the mechanized divisions, but they can probably get like 2,000 of those. And some tanks. Yeah, with tanks I can help out as well. Send them about 4,000 modern tanks. There you go. And we can probably send the Air Force over, to be honest. So let's do that as well. Where have I stationed? Yeah, we sent 13 fighter wings over. Do you have an airport here that we can use? That's quite full. That'll do. Let's send the fighter wings over and create an aerial superiority here, while the Marines are making their way across. To okay. We've got several air wings. Yep. Yes, I want to cancel those orders, and I am going to get them on aerial superiority. How's it looking? And we've got 1,400 planes over, but I don't think we have I don't think we have enough airport space for that. Actually, I might have to take a couple of the fighter wings out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's bring them back to Greenland for now. And is that looking a little better? Still not so much. Okay, so we do need we do not have sufficient airport space here. But what we have available can make itself useful. And we are going to get them to on close air support and aerial superiority missions. Okay, that's too little. Where's the rest of my planes? Alright, never mind then. I think some planes here are still. I have to detach the air wings, otherwise they have a tendency to operate independently. Otherwise, so let's get the air wings and let's ensure that we get aerial superiority at first. And then we'll help out with the situation on the ground. But I'm sure Germany is going to roll in as well. So let's get all these air wings onto air superiority where applicable. Including these, please. What are these? It's close air support and a fighter wing. So fighter wing, please. And close air support on CAS, please. Okay, slightly overcrowding the airspace, but we should be getting green air there anytime soon. And we are making a landing. No, that's not us actually. Where are my Marines? That's the Americans still. My Marines are where exactly? And the Germans are flooding across as well. Where are my Marine First Army Marine divisions? Okay, they have landed in Quebec. Nice. Now we are going to bring the rest of the first over. And let's get them across. While we are moving towards, we leave one behind and the other two are moving towards Montreal. And I am surprised that we have no aerial superiority over New England. And that I'm not sure why exactly that is, but we're going to get ourselves a Canadian airport as soon as the first has arrived, and then we will assist from the north. But it looks like the Free American Empire is doing okay by itself. This is going to be the final fight, the last stand of the Allies. The United States themselves, the Free American Empire, we are going to assist in liberating the United States and winning the Civil War this time around. But all of that is to come in the next episode. For now, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time for the final episode and the big fight, the big American Civil War, where the Free American Empire is going to take over the rest of the United States.